What's up, everybody? Jake Gisler here, and you are watching 3 Minutes or Less. On today's episode of 3 Minutes or Less, I'm going to be talking about one thing beginners should never, ever do. To jump right into things, the one thing beginners should never, ever, ever, ever do is attempt to slow down a frame rate that is less than the timeline they have set up for editing. In most cases, you're going to be shooting in 24 frames per second. If you're not shooting in 24 frames per second, I don't know what you're doing. You need to be shooting in 24. I've said it in other videos if you've been watching, but shoot in 24 frames per second only. For any type of shot that is just a normal motion shot, it's 24 frames a second. The one thing you should never try to do is slow down 24 frames per second. I think every beginner, when they start out, they get into the software, they have just random footage, they don't even really know what frame rate is, they don't know what shutter speed is, and they throw it into the timeline and then they try to slow that down. I have done it in a lot of my beginning videos, and I just wish someone would have told me the difference and what I need to be doing, because I look back on those videos and I cringe every time I see it. So now I'm trying to safeguard and protect you from making the same mistake. If you need to shoot slow-mo footage, you need to be shooting in a frame rate that is higher than the timeline you set up. When you open up a new project or a new editing file, you will set that frame rate to whatever you want. So you're going to set it to 24 frames or 23.976, and that will be what your timeline speed is. That means when you drop anything that's 23.976 or 24 into that timeline, that's not something you'll be able to slow down, because if you try to slow that down, it will be very choppy. Anything that's higher than that, you will be able to slow down and interpret that to what 24 frames would be. That means 30 frames per second can be slowed down by 80%, and 60 frames per second can be slowed down by 40%, and so on. The higher you go, the more you can slow it down. Don't ever try to slow down 24 frames per second, because it will look like crap. I promise you, it will not look good. It's going to be very hard to make it look good, and you might even need to get a plugin or of some sort to make it look good. Just don't do it. Always shoot so that when you edit, it's perfect. You have to shoot and you have to produce everything with the intention that when you get into editing, it will be perfect. So just please listen to this when I tell you, don't slow down 24 frames per second. It's one of the biggest mistakes from a beginner, and you're not going to do it anymore because you watched this video. Give it a like if you thought it was good. Hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe now so you can keep up with all the content I'm posting and learn more about filmmaking. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and I look forward to seeing you soon.